Hi guys, it's Grumpy. Today I'm back with my real voice and I'm also joined by the lovely Chae Biased for a collab video today.
Hey guys, I'm Chae Biased.
We're going to be looking at some Blackpink confessions and opinions that you guys sent in on my Instagram, and we're going to be responding with our opinions to them as well. I thought it would be something fun to do, and also we are doing a video on Chae's channel as well, so please make sure to go over there and check that out. That'll be real fun to do. Well, let's just start.
Competition over mistreatment, promotions, positions, personalities, looks, just stop.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree. It just breeds more hatred between solo stans, and we all know that the Blinks have a huge issue with solo stanning. And also, fighting over who's the most mistreated doesn't make your fave get treated better. Like, we could talk about how mistreated, I don't know, Jisoo is compared to Lisa, but that doesn't make Jisoo get treated better. They're all mistreated, they're all part of the same group.
I 100% agree with this. It's kind of hard to look at sometimes when it's constantly pitting the girls against each other for things, especially menial, like stupid things like their looks and personalities. People obviously are drawn to certain people and dislike others, and that's fine, that's how humans work, but there's no need to take a group of friends, these girls who are in a group and their friends, and just pit them against each other for everything. If you like only one or two members of the group, just support them and don't tear the others down. There's no need for like that stupidity. I don't think so anyway.
If they got proper vocal lessons, they would be amazing, especially Rosé.
I think Rosé has an amazing potential. Her voice is so good, and I think she's really great as a ballad singer. When she's just sat singing, she sounds great. If she was trained more in like stability, projection, etc., she would be a really respected vocalist in the community. And to be honest, it really upsets me that people make fun of her voice based on like MR removed, because she's so much more than her stability.
I do agree with this one actually as well, because I feel like they are good singers, obviously, because they're in one of the world's biggest girl groups. They have got talent, but I feel like it would be great for them to get vocal lessons, because as vocalist, I feel like something I heard before from a vocal teacher online on YouTube, I can't remember his name, but I'll put him up on the screen. He said something like, as a vocalist, you should never think you're the best, because then you'll never improve. So I feel like, I'm not saying that Blackpink think they're the best, I just think that Blackpink can get even better if they have more and more training. Like, they're already fantastic, but I feel like the girls can do so much more as well if YG gave them some vocal lessons, or give them more, so they can do more and show off more for people, that they have the talent to do it. They just need someone to guide their talents to even more, just teaching them basically. Yeah,
I hated Jennie with a burning passion, thought she was mean. Then she suddenly became my bias.
I talked about this in my initial versus current impressions of Blackpink video. I used to be a borderline Jennie anti, because people have an image of her that she is this like catty, spoiled like princess, and the more you get into Blackpink, the more you realise that really isn't true. She's mistreated just like everyone else. She's not supported by the company, and the thing is, she's not mean, it's just her face. Like, when people say like, oh, she looks like a bitch, it's literally just her face. Like, I don't get it. Why would you be so horrible to someone based on what their natural like resting face looks like? If you watch any of their interviews or like Blackpink House or anything, you would realise that she is genuinely one of the loveliest idols out there. She's so cute, she's so kind.
honestly, when I first got into Blackpink, not even got into them, when I heard of Blackpink, I used to believe the rumours that Jennie was YG's princess. She was the most spoilt member, and she was mean, and she just seemed like one of them high school girls that were just the bullies and thought they were queen bee, etc. But obviously, as I got into Blackpink more and more, I kind of disliked Jennie at first because of that, but then I watched more and the interviews, behind the scenes, things like that, and you realise she is not what she seems from the surface. And it is really that old cliche saying of don't judge a book by its cover, because she's genuinely so sweet and lovely. And it's just, she's one of them people, and I can relate to it in a way that from first glance looks kind of like a resting bitch face or just a judging face, but that's just a resting face. And also, I feel like people tend to, a lot of time with females especially, when they're on stage performing and they're being aggressive and powerful and fierce on stage, they seem to for some reason think that backstage they're that way as well, and they're going to be bitches and mean and everything, and it's not just an on-stage persona they're doing, which it is. When you're on stage, you're supposed to give it your all, and off stage they're just really sweet. Like, Jennie's just a sweetheart, that's all I can say.
Rosé's solo isn't coming.
As much as I would really like to think that it is, every day I more and more feel like it might not come. We'd get absolutely no news on it, and if we're being honest, I don't think YG cares about Rosé at all. If they did, she would have had her solo a year ago. If they cared about her, she would have already had the solo.
I don't want to agree with it, but I kind of do. Like, I really want the solo. I don't know what we get from her. Like, but I really don't think we're gonna get it. And I don't want to say that because I'm with the Blinks that are like, I just really want this for them because she deserves to have a solo. But I feel like we might get it when 2023 comes. I don't know if Rosé's gonna sign with YG again. I feel like she might end up breaking off and going solo, like the girls staying friends. And I feel like that's when we're going to get her solo. Or the only time we're going to get solo is if she releases it like on a video on Instagram and she writes a song and does it all herself. Because I doubt YG, the company, is going to give it to her. I just have a feeling with it being 2020 and with 3 years left and the way they're being treated, and especially this year because of everything going on, we haven't really been able to be like, oh, we're definitely going to tour and do all this year. So I feel like it's another year being put off for stuff that I doubt we're going to get. We might get Rosé if she's next, but I don't think we'll get all 4 solos. So I kind of agree with this one, yeah.
Jisoo isn't underrated but underappreciated.
I don't think she's underrated in the sense that she is extremely well known, extremely well liked, and she's just in general one of the most popular idols because she's in Blackpink. Like, it's just a natural thing. But I would say within the fandom, she's underappreciated. In terms of positions, she's not main anything. She's not a main dancer, a main rapper, or a main vocal like the other 3. And there's this really big stigma around visuals, I think. It's like, people think visuals aren't talented, which just, well, it isn't true generally, but anyway. But yeah, so I think in general, within the fandom, her talent is underappreciated. Out of all the members, Jisoo's mistreatment goes the most unnoticed or most uncared about. So yeah, I suppose that's all I have to say on that.
Yes, I agree with that one. I don't think she's underrated at all. Like, I think underrated gets thrown around so quickly with the little things. She's definitely, I would say she's definitely underappreciated. Some people would disagree, but I think because people think, oh, international fans appreciate her and she's loved in that. But a lot of time they love her because they want to use her against the other girls. Like, oh, she's stable and the rest of them aren't. Like, they're not really supporting her because they love her. They're supporting her as to use against the other girls to tear them down a lot of the time, I've noticed. And it's really sad because I feel like with Jisoo, you should just appreciate her for being her, not to use her to tear down her bandmates, or just because you think, oh, she's the only one I can stomach in Blackpink. Like, that's what some people think, and it's, if you like her, just like her. Don't use her as an excuse to shit on others. And so I think she just got underappreciated by some people because she's not really appreciated for herself and her talents a lot of the time. It's just the basic, she has stability, better than the others, that's it. Yeah, I feel like people disagree with me and that's completely fine, but I do agree that she's underappreciated. She's not like the most underappreciated idol in the industry, obviously. I'm just saying in Blackpink, I think she is underappreciated.
I love all the members' dress sense, so I feel they should have a say in the comeback outfits.
I agree and disagree. So I think for their like more black concepts maybe, but I don't really think any of them dress very colourfully, so I don't think their style would necessarily fit their pink concept. But I think their styling in general feels very like expensive and high fashion. And I mean, the girls dress in really expensive clothes, so I feel like that would fit kind of. I feel like their style in general fits with a concept like playing with fire, like that sort of more elegant concept.
Yes. I don't know if they, well, saying that, I don't know if they're dressed like behind the scenes by the stylist when they know they're going to be on camera, like airports and that, or if that's genuinely them, but I love it. And I do like some of the stage outfits, but sometimes I think that the stylists really do miss on some outfits in music videos and comebacks, and it's like, ugh. And I feel like the girls, I would love to see the girls, at least for one outfit in the comeback, choose it themselves or help style it completely themselves, you know? I think that'd be quite fun.
Blackpink's popularity changes all the time.
So I think Blackpink's popularity is probably the hardest to gauge out of like any group, because they have a huge fan base, obviously, but they are probably the most hated group by K-pop stans. Like, the amount of hate and like slander I see towards them on Twitter is genuinely sad. So yeah, it's difficult to know their popularity, and also with their really long hiatuses, you can never really tell if people are getting bored or not, like, and who's left the fandom. When groups have comebacks all the time, you can really gauge their popularity over time. You can say, well, this comeback did way better than their comeback 2 months ago, so their popularity has increased. Because Blackpink only have one comeback a year or less, it's really difficult to know how their popularity has changed.
Yes, I think it does. It's like they are popular, but I feel like their popularity is very much that kind of one where it's like people say they like them when they do a reaction video or when they're brought up, but then they don't go out of their way to actually listen to them, keep up with them, or do anything like that to an artist they enjoy outside of that. Does that make sense? You know, they will react to them and be like, oh my god, I love this group and they're so popular, but then like people don't actually bother to keep up with them. It's only, oh, they released a new song, I'll listen to that, do a reaction, or just listen to it and that's it, and then I'm not interested in them at all after that. And it's like, so I feel like they are popular when they have their comebacks, but then throughout the rest of the year, I feel like their popularity compared to the comebacks dips a little bit. They're still very popular. Like, when videos go up about them online, they get thousands, millions of views. But when you compare it to, obviously, music videos and things like that, I feel like their popularity kind of dips a bit because people are more interested in just reacting to the music video and being like, oh yeah, I'm a fan because I watched that and that's it. So I think that's what I think of it anyway. But yeah, I agree. I think their popularity does change all the time.
Every Blink has listened to a different group once because we're sick of YG.
Yeah, well, I'm a multi anyway, but I know a lot of people who only stan Blackpink who have ventured into other groups. There's only so many times you can listen to the same, 13 songs. You really can't blame Blinks for wanting content, and if we're not getting it from Blackpink, we have to get it from somewhere else. So yeah, I think in general this is pretty true.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a multi-fan of a lot of different groups, so Blackpink was definitely not the first group I listened to, and so I feel like with this one, it's kind of that bit of like, everyone's listened to a different group, because I feel like if you just stuck with one group for the rest of your life, it would get so boring, because you'd love them, but listening to them over and over would suck. But I think I get what you mean with this one, because it's like waiting for Blackpink to have comebacks. Like, people say all the time, oh, you know, well, Western artists have like, they release a comeback, you know, once a year or once every 2-3 years, sometimes 4. It's like, yeah, but the difference between that is when they release a comeback, they have like 2 to 4 singles. They have music videos for them. They have a full album. They do press releases and they do tours. And then sometimes they'll do collabs as well. So even if they're not releasing their own song, they'll feature on another song with a DJ or another artist. And it's like, Blackpink, no, you don't get that at all. And so you kind of end up being like, well, you can't just sit around listening to the same like 13, 15 songs over again and again, because I feel like you drive you up the wall. Like, I love them, but I need variety in my music. And so, yeah, and that's because of YG not really letting them release anything more, that you kind of just go, well, I need to listen to someone else.
Disgusted with Blink's villainising / slandering Winner like it will get us a Blackpink comeback.
So I'm in two minds with this. I don't think hating on Winner is going to get us a comeback. However, I truly understand the frustration. Blackpink, it's been a year since they had a comeback, and Blinks, and I don't know the Winner fandom name, but Winner fans have used the exact same strategies to beg for a comeback. Winners were heard and Blackpink's weren't. And I honestly just find it sad. Like, YG's hatred of women is so apparent, and it's honestly upsetting. But yeah, I don't think the solution to that is to hate on another group. It just is not going to help.
I'm not a fan of Winner. I'm not into them, so I can't say I've seen this online. But if this is what's happening, that's really is disgusting. I agree with that. It's gross. Like, what is the point? Why? What do you think? Do you think slandering another group is somehow going to get it's not going to get the comeback. And it's not that group's fault either. It's the company's. Like, why take it out on another group who has no control whether or not they get a comeback, just like Blackpink, and think that that somehow is going to work to get Blackpink a comeback? It's not. I don't understand that mentality at all. Maybe I'm missing something and there's someone who can explain that, but I don't think there's any reason to slander or bully or just basically shit on anyone when they have no control themselves of when they're getting a comeback or not. And it's not like they're going, oh, we'll take Blackpink's comeback for this shit. No, they're not.
In the next comeback, they should have proper lyrics for the chorus and not a beat drop.
I agree. Kick It As If It's Your Last and Really are all in my top 4. And they have lyrical choruses, and I much prefer it. I find that beat drop choruses are very hit or miss for me. For example, I love Whistle, and I don't really like Bumbaya, even though they both have beat drop choruses. I like D4's beat drop. I don't really like Kill This Love's beat drop. So it's very hit or miss for me, whereas a lyrical chorus I almost always like. And I think the girls are capable of pulling off a lyrical chorus. There's no need for them to just settle for a beat drop.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to explain this in that video of mine where I said what I don't want in Blackpink's comeback 2020, which I doubt we're going to get with the world like this right now. But like, what I meant, I didn't explain myself properly, and I really wish I did. I didn't mean I don't want like a complete beat drop, because that is the YG sound. What I meant was I want a chorus like As If It's Your Last. They still had a drop, but they were singing throughout the chorus. There's actual lyrics in the chorus. It wasn't just, here's the build up and the chorus is just music and that's it, like an EDM drop and then we're done. I want Blackpink's doing As If It's Your Last chorus, because it was so good and it's so much fun to try and sing along with it. And like, I've noticed in 2020 we're starting to get the comeback of lyrics in the chorus and not just a beat drop. And so I'm excited and hoping YG does that. I don't want them to get rid of their signature sound, because of course YG sound is, I guess, also the Blackpink sound. But I feel like with Blackpink, if they didn't do a YG sound as well, it would still probably be popular. Like, people want to say, oh, it's Blackpink doing YG sounds made them popular. But it's like, I feel like they've got enough popularity that if they tried something new, people would still love it. But I don't know, I might be wrong with that. But yes, please, lyrics in the next song with the chorus. I really want that.
IG Entertainment is not stupid. Not giving Blackpink comebacks is a marketing strategy and it works.
I completely agree. I actually have a video coming out about this. It might be out by the time this video's out, I'm not sure. But when Blackpink does literally anything, Blinks lose their mind. Because we are so starved for content that YG can put in the bare minimum, cheap comeback, minimum effort, and we gobble it up. I don't think a lot of Blinks realise what we're doing when we eat up anything Blackpink gives us. It just shows YG that the marketing strategy of starving us for content works. And it honestly concerns me because the hiatuses get longer every year, and each year the comebacks get bigger and bigger. Like they get more successful every time, and it just worries me. So yeah, that's all I have to say for that.
Yeah, I agree with this as well. I think like with Blackpink, they are such a big group in the world and they have so many fans waiting for the comebacks that it is that bit of YG. It's easy for YG to look at them and be like, well, we don't have to do much work because whenever we drop a single thing from them, the fans are so hungry for something, they just eat that up. And so they make a lot of money for doing the bare minimum. So why would they want to give Blackpink this full album and things that we want from them because we love them and want them to grow as artists, when they can just do the bare minimum, drop that, and know that we're all going to just eat it up because we're so starved for something from them? But like, it's not stupid, but it's very irritating from the fans' point of view. Company wise, it's smart. It's so manipulative and so greedy and annoying, but it's smart. That's the thing. And from like obviously the fan point of view and the consumer, it's irritating because you want to be able to say, no, I'm not going to buy the next album, I'm not going to do the next comeback. But then you see the girls themselves and they want you to do that because they love the group and they want people to still support them. And it's difficult because you want to support the girls, but you don't want to support the company they're under, but you can't not support it if you're supporting the girls. That's the problem. So yeah, I do agree with this. It's a marketing strategy and it does work. It really does. I really wish I could be that sort of person that's like, I'm not going to listen to the next comeback they do or anything like that. But I will, because I love them as a group and I want more from them. And I am kind of like, I'm a hypocrite in that way because I do not want them. I don't want to keep supporting YG, but I want to support the girls. And it's such a difficult place. I'm hoping that they last until 2023, and I don't want them to split, but eventually they're going to have to because every group splits. I just want to support them wherever they go after that. Whether they stay as a group or they do something solo, they'll still be friends, and I want to support them after that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We talked a bit about all these opinions and confessions. This was a lot of fun to do. I want to, of course, thank Chae Biased for joining me on this video. Please go check out her channel. She's so good. She's so fantastic as a creator and she deserves a lot more love over there. And yeah, that will do for today's video. Thank you so much if you've stuck around to the end to watch it. I hope everyone has a lovely day wherever you are. Wash your hands, stay safe, stay clean, spread some positivity around to your friends, your family, your loved ones, and have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye guys, make sure you check out the video on my channel as well.
Bye.